I will confidently say, no, I will not. Hey guys, it's Jordyn Jones and welcome back to the Jordyn Jones podcast. In this episode, I asked you guys to ask me some questions to get to know me a little bit better, like you guys already don't know basically everything about me from the internet. I'm also going to let you guys know what happened to my Lamborghini. Everyone is asking me for like the past 3 or 4 months. So I'm finally going to give you guys a long-awaited story time on that. So if you want to hear all about me and that story time, make sure to stick around. And Matcha is here today. So Matcha Cam is back in action as requested. Let me know if you guys think she's bigger, because even my producer was like, she's bigger. So you guys will see her basically right now. Cue Matcha. But before we get into this episode, I have to tell you guys the most exciting thing that's happening to me, like, ever. Okay. My older brother and his wife live in California. They live like 35 minutes away from me, like super close. And my niece is 6 years old. Her name is Natalia. I love her. I love talking to her. Mainly we like Snapchat video. We don't see each other very often, but it's about to change. So Carla is Casey's wife, and obviously as a mother, your baby is your baby. She is the firstborn. She is the baby. Carla has only ever had her parents ever watch the kids if they're gone. So they've either been with Casey and Carla, my brother, his wife, or her family members. So I texted my older brother because she's on spring break this week, her first spring break ever. What do you think about me asking Carla about Natalia sleeping over? And he was like, up to her. So I texted her, telling my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't know, like if she's going to say yes. It's a lot for that first time to happen, but I wouldn't ask if I'm not ready for that responsibility. I'm 24. I could have my own child by now, you know? And I was like, I'm ready to take on someone else's child. And it's pretty scary. He was like freaking me out on the phone. He's, if you do this, if this happens, I'm gonna do this to you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, nothing's gonna happen. But we have the cutest night and morning planned tomorrow. I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit. She has never professionally gotten her nails done or her hair done. We have hair appointments, we have blowouts and styling, and then we're getting our nails done together. And tonight we're gonna make cookies and order in some food and watch a movie and make TikToks and do whatever else she wants to do. But she's so excited to see my cat. She packed a whole suitcase for this one night. She's so excited. So I'm excited. How do you take such good photos and know what outfit and location to choose? Okay, I think I used to be so much better at this, and now I'm more of, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, whatever I decide to wear. I feel like I used to plan things out more, and that's when I was doing better on social media and doing better on Instagram. You find new people when you're doing certain things. If you're sticking to one thing, you have like one core audience. If you switch it up or you're changing your style and you are doing trends that are in, everyone else who like sees them will see you doing it too. So there's a lot of factors that can go into this, and it's honestly pretty hard to keep up with. I'm not even gonna lie, especially like the trends thing, because we all used to be wearing skinny jeans and now we're all wearing the biggest, baggiest, low-rise jeans. My mom will even be like, are you wearing like your boyfriend's pants? That would be extreme. They would be like 3 feet too long on the bottom. But I would say number one is, again, following the trends, because that will get eyes on you and you'll be like popular. You'll one of the it girls. And that is just a way to stay on top. And it is being different because obviously you can still like throw in your own twists. But that is just what you have to do these days. You have to kind of be trendy to know where to go and know how to dress. That is like step one. You just gotta be trendy and keep up with the trends. And then with knowing how to like take photos, my best tip, say like my mom normally takes my photos. So I have her like stand where I'm gonna be standing and I hold the phone exactly where I want it. We like switch real quick and I run over and I get my favorite shot. So mainly her holding the phone like chest level, keeping the phone as vertical as possible. You don't want it to lean or curve or go diagonal in any way, especially you don't want to tip down because then you'll look short. But if anything, you can tip up and put the bottom of your phone forward, and that's how you can look a little taller. Another little tip that everyone is doing nowadays is using digital cameras. Film cameras were a little bit like last year, even though I think they're still really cool, but just a lot of girls nowadays are using their G7Xs with flash. I also have like the similar one that's Sony, and that is just really doing well. I have not done that since I was 18 years old. I always would use my digital camera, but I just don't bring it anymore. But again, that is very trendy. That's in. And that's like the main tips of like how to take photos. I guess like location, it kind of varies between like day and night, because if it's nighttime and you are using flash on your digital camera, it kind of doesn't matter what's in the background. I love street pictures. I love outside pictures, but I also love mirror selfies. I honestly love taking my pictures a lot. But other than that, like solid backgrounds, it's just that I feel like you can get creative on, and that you can do your own twist on it. Take photos where you want to take them and what you find inspirational and creative. And those are my best photography and Instagram tips. What was your favorite dance from AUDC? So this question kind of goes back years and years, but the one dance that always sticks out to me is my hip hop solo. I think this week I had won the challenge, so I won the solo, and it happened to be hip hop. I was so excited to get hip hop as my solo because I could really showcase my favorite style of dance and my strong suit. Like one of the judges was like super into hip hop as well, and he was my favorite and I was, I think, his favorite because he would always say that, but you know, they probably said that to everybody, but he made me really think I was his favorite because he always gave me the fingers like, yes. I think his name was Richie Squirrel. Yeah, I got a hip hop solo. Honestly, it was so fun. It was like an old school hip hop and the choreographer was so cool. I just remember like being able to be on this show and having so many different choreographers who were like professional and who had done tours and all these other celebrities. It was just like so shocking to have that access. So that was my favorite dance. Next question is, what mascara do you use? This episode is definitely all over the place, but these are just all the questions, you guys. My mascara is a tube mascara. It is not waterproof. I think it's so much more healthy for my lashes because at night, I literally just take water and I softly rub my eyes and all of these fibers come off and nothing like smudges down here. It's smudge proof. So it's all these fibers that you can basically pull off like gently. I just find that it lasts super long. Even if you cry, you'll have just a fiber or two. It's not smudgy, black under eyes, all crazy. So I think that it is the best mascara. Other than, I do love the Monsieur Big, I believe it's called. That's a good one. I have a lot of other ones like Too Faced, all their mascaras, like obviously Better Than Sex, waterproof. Those are the ones I always keep in my makeup bag. And those are the ones that when I'm traveling or when I'm going to the boyfriend's, that's my bag mascara, my weekend mascara. I'll have a lot of mascaras. If it rains, I probably don't do my makeup when I know it's raining. That would be bad. Matcha, can you come over here? You are being very crazy cat today. What are the 3 most important things to know about you? How about I go off of emotions? I would say the thing that makes me happiest, honestly, is surprising me. I'm thinking of like my boyfriend, obviously, because I don't know, not a lot of other people like try to make other people happy nowadays. 2 or 3 people that are spreading happiness is just sad. But I guess I'm gonna have to go the gift giving route with this one. When I get like Starbucks delivered to my door, Chick-fil-A, or flowers, I would say that that is how to make me overly happy and just like cry. Happy cry. That's how to get me to happy cry. It's the things that I like to do for other people. And so when it happens to me, I just think that it's so nice. And then number 2, I think that what's most important to me is feeling safe and secure, knowing that I have people around me that will do anything for me or will help me out and be there for me. That is what's most important at the end of the day. Because again, you want what you give, you treat others how you want to be treated. And that's like another big thing. I would do anything for the people around me. I mean, I would do anything for anybody, but I think that that's like most important to me at the end of the day. And then number 3, family. At number 3, no, I'm just kidding. I think that those 3 things are the most important. They're all number 1. They're all equal. So safe and secure, little surprises that make me feel special and seen and appreciated, and my family. That is like so solid to me. No takes backsies. Someone asked, what is your morning and night routine? I would say my morning routine is being woken up by my cat nowadays. It's so cute. She's on clockwork. It is between 7:30 and 7:40 every single day. My alarm goes off at 8:30 most days, which it has just been earlier now because she started to wake me up earlier. It'll either be pawing at me. Yeah, it's pawing at my hands. That's why now I feel like I have to sleep with my hands under my pillow. I'm like subconsciously hiding my hands so she doesn't paw at me, but I love it. Or she'll run around with her toys and I'll hear her. So that's like number 1. And then I FaceTime my mom every morning, our morning call of the day. Well, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Like, because she's 3 hours ahead. And then I usually go to the coffee shop I always go to. My boyfriend's usually like awake way before me. So we usually talk after I'm awake. Obviously. I mean like an hour after I'm awake because he's in class. Yeah, that's like how my morning goes. Those are like the first 5 things that happen to me. Then at night, I will either sit on the couch with my heated blanket that I'm obsessed with, or I'll be playing Xbox, take my makeup off, put on my ring. I have an Aura ring that I wear every night if I'm not wearing it during the day. And then the last thing I do is FaceTime my boyfriend and like we say goodnight. And that's my night routine, if I'm not with him, obviously. This is the last question, the long-awaited question. How is your Lamborghini doing? Well, you guys, let's get right into the story time. So, I loved my Aventador. I had an Aventador Roadster. It was matte black, and I got it on March 12th, I believe, March 13th of 2022. In December of 2021, I started looking for cars because before I turned 21, I was like, I want to buy a supercar before my birthday. I want to buy a supercar while I'm 21. I just get in these little moods where I like have my mind set on something and it has to be done. So as soon as that was in my mind in December, I started looking at Huracans, Uruses. That was what my mind was set on. And then it wasn't until I think the week of my birthday, I found a white Lamborghini Aventador in San Diego, and I took my friend with me and we drove down to San Diego to go look at this car. It's obviously expensive, but it was more expensive than what I was looking at because in December versus like March, I was like, you know what? I can afford a Aventador now. So I started looking at Aventadors instead of Huracans, and I started listening to exhaust videos of Aventadors. I wouldn't say there's nothing like it, but it is so special. Like the Aventador, Aventador SV, Aventador SVJ. Those are like the best sounding exhausts to me. I just fell in love. I did a test drive and I don't even know how to drive this car. To put it in drive, you have to put your foot on the brake and you have to just hit your right paddle towards you. And that's like to put it in drive. And then like you have just like your on off button that you have to flick something up and you have to push it. And then like to put your car into park, you have to pull both your paddles towards you and then turn your car off or put your parking brake up. Sorry. So I didn't know how to like drive this thing and I'm on a test drive and I'm scared and I'm like, this is the car I want. But this car was just a Aventador. And one of my friends was like, my friend is selling his Aventador Roadster and it's cheaper, but it was a Roadster. Why would you pay more for not a Roadster? Because they're more rare, they're better, it's a Roadster, which means the roof comes off. So I was like, yeah, I want that car. So my financial advisors only had 3 days to send this wire, get this car transported to me because I wanted it while I was 21. So I got the car. I got it shipped to me. I got the car with 7,000 miles on it. And I had put 7,000 miles on the car in a year and 5 months. I think I had the car. I sold the car back to the guy I got it from in September of 2023. So I haven't had the car for a long time. It's been 6 months now. It's been almost 7 months. And I don't miss it. I don't miss it. One day I will get another supercar, but I am shopping for something now that is like so cool. So that's really exciting. But let me tell you guys the reasons why I sold the car back. Number one, I had a extremely modified Lamborghini Aventador. It had an exhaust. It had a built-in K40 system, which if a cop lasers you, it breaks the radar and they can't get you. Really illegal. Yeah, it was just like a really loud car, and I didn't have any, I didn't have valves, so I couldn't close the valves and make it quiet. If I would have bought a whole new system, it could have been anywhere from like $15,000 to like $25,000, which is the ones I was like looking at. So that was number one, which I did love. Like I loved having a modified car, but just so much went with that. And the first thing was I had the car taken to a like aftermarket place, basically an exotic car shop, which specialized in Lamborghinis. It was called AGX in Van Nuys, I believe. And so they did one of my services. Like I had to get the car serviced for my 10K miles basically right after I got the car because I had gone on a rally. And so your 10K service is like $8,000 when you go to an aftermarket shop, a specialty shop. It's not like a Lamborghini dealership. So my first service was $8,000 on the car. And this was a 2015 Lamborghini. On those cars, the clutch and the transmission can basically go out at any time. Most of the 2015s had already had problems. Like my friends were telling me, oh yeah, this guy had this problem. You better watch out. And I had also had to replace the battery in the car. So that thankfully wasn't as expensive. It was $3,400 or something, but it's not as expensive as the worst issues that could have happened to the car and that were bound to happen. So then the next service rolls around, and by that point, my car was fully broken. The battery that was swapped into it did not work, and it was sitting at my boyfriend's house. It could not move, it could not turn on, and I had a Lamborghini dealership put my car on a flatbed, and they took it to a Lamborghini dealership for my second yearly service that I had to pay for. And that one, I think I was quoted $13,000, but I didn't do, oh my God. Are you thirsty? Do you need water? I'll give you water in a second. Oh, hey, come here. She's thinking about it. Come here. So I didn't do one of the things, so it was maybe $9,000 for that last service. And then after that one where I had put, aside from the car payment, aside from the first service and the second service and the battery that had already happened, everyone was telling me you should maybe look into selling the car. And especially like my boyfriend was helping me out with this because he knows so much more about cars than I do. I had reached out to the guy I got it from. He was like, I will buy it back from you. It took a week to like figure out, and that car was gone. And I'm so lucky. I drove that car hard. You guys don't understand. I drove that car really hard. Things were probably about to happen, and I got out of it. That is not like the nicest thing to do if you're not planning on keeping a car, and I don't think I will ever drive a car that hard ever again in my life. But yeah, I'm definitely lucky that I got out of that car. I didn't lose almost any money on the car, also adding in the factor of the money I had spent on it. I got out of it in a really good time. I bet the transmission has completely itself, and I don't have my Lamborghini anymore. And when I do get a new car, it will not be a 2015. It will be like at least a 2022, unless I want like an older car. But you know, older cars do come with more issues, but they're kind of cooler. So yeah, that's the story on where my Aventador is. I don't miss it, but I definitely like driving supercars. I mean, who wouldn't? Who doesn't? So that is all for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next Wednesday with Tila Dunn. She will be my next guest. She's actually here to record, so bye. Bye, guys. Love ya.
You've been listening to the Jordyn Jones Podcast. Jordyn's passion is to inspire, relate, and give you that much-needed 1-hour escape from life's everyday struggles. Your family, and we're so glad you're here. Make sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Jordyn Jones. Jordyn. This production is brought to you by Straw Hut Media, hosted by Jordyn Jones, produced by Ryan Tillotson, edited by Daniel Ferreira. Additional production help by Carolyn Mendoza, Ali Ahmed, and Samir Gonchi. Keep shining bright like the diamond you are, and see you next time on the Jordyn Jones Podcast.